Good to see you, sir. Starting with the state of emergency in the city of Charlotte in North Carolina. You've selected some of the images doing the rounds on social media that are becoming emblematic of what's happening.
That's right. Just a couple of images that have really kind of got out there and been shared and picked up by media around the world. The first one, The Guardian picked up on it, amongst others. One of their columnists kind of analyses this photograph, which shows riot police with a bus not in service in the background. The journalist in question is Ijeoma Oluo. Now, so just to point out, this is the journalist's point of view, saying that this image encapsulates the message black people receive daily from the officers who are supposed to protect them. So what you see is a line of police officers standing in the dark on a Charlotte highway.
It's a very powerful image, regardless of how you care to look at it.
That's right. And I suppose to give some context, African Americans make up about 13% of the US population and account for 27% of the approximately 1,140 people killed by police in 2015. So from the point of view of some in the African American community, this image sums up some of that problem. Now, other media have picked up on an image of this particular gentleman, and he is the public defender in Charlotte. So he's actually somebody who a lot of the people who might have an axe to grind with the authorities would be coming to for free legal representation. And he was photographed in between the riot police and various elements of those who were protesting and trying to, I suppose, keep the peace or reason with various individuals. And his name is Toussaint Romain, and lots of images of him are going around on social media as well, with people saying he's an impressive man, an inspiration, standing in the middle of it all, keeping the peace. I suppose it's nice to have some sort of a more positive image coming out of it.
It's someone doing their best to try to make it a little better, and that's something to be praised.
Exactly.
Next, you're taking us to Italy, where a government campaign to promote higher birth rates has drawn some criticism.
It has indeed. Now, Italy has the lowest birth rate in Europe, so there is this campaign by the Health Ministry to promote higher birth rates, but it's kind of gone wrong successively. So the latest fail, you could say, is this particular image. Now, what you see here, maybe you see it a little bit better. Not there. We'll get to him. It's an image showing. It's cut off at the top. There it is. You see sort of very well-heeled, kind of healthy-looking white people at the beach or doing whatever they're doing. And the slogan there...
They've all got nice teeth.
They do indeed. The slogan there is the good habits to promote. And then a little bit further down, you have and the bad company to leave behind. Now, I think what they were going for here is they're all smoking in the lower image, which can have an effect on infertility and fertility generally, etc. But it was interpreted by many as a kind of a stigmatizing and somewhat racist image.
Shiny, happy white people and down below.
And the multicultural sort of smokers
group to leave behind. Okay.
So
that's a fail, isn't it? Fail one.
One. And I'll show you what people have been saying about it. Bob Marley, who was black, long-haired, Rasta, hung out with the bad company. So that's picking up the expression.
And he had lots of kids, didn't he?
He had 13
kids, yeah.
So they're pointing out there that
they'd have given him nationality, wouldn't they?
It's not necessarily very logical. Here you have somebody who's clearly a football fan. That's FC Roma, I believe, on top. And the bad company here is Lazio. So avoid the bad company.
That's very cheeky, very cheeky.
Anyway, it was also accused of sexism. I'll just quickly see if we can find one or two of those images. This is an actual image from the campaign saying, in other words, TikTok. And a lot of women were like, hold on a minute, this is kind of an appalling message to be sending out. So that was also mocked in the last couple of weeks with people saying images like this, don't turn into a crazy
Don't be an old cat lady. What's wrong with being an old cat lady?
So I think a lot of people are like, government, sort out the issues that might help people economically have families and stay out of the kind of
Indeed, because they're not suggesting how you care for your kids. They're not providing a childcare structure, are they? Because as I understand, in Italy, if you haven't got grandparents around, you're really struggling to get people to have the kids.
And I think that's the major problem. So I think a lot of people found this campaign...
If you have kids, someone has to look after the kids.
Well, the campaign was seen as patronising anyway, never mind the kind of sexist and racist undertones that emerged.
It's hard enough anyway. Exactly. To deal with that.
Exactly.
It's a tough job bringing up kids.
There's one more story. Do we have time?
You do. Go ahead.
Right, great. This is
always time for you, James.
Wonderful. Instagram campaign in France, and the name of this particular, not campaign, it's an Instagram account by a seemingly innocuous, normal person by the name of Louise Delage, right?
That is her.
That's right. And she started friending.
Do we know it's her?
We do, but it's not really her. Right, because she doesn't exist. She's a fictitious person. But in every single image, can you spot what's going on here? You have an alcoholic beverage, and over here you have another alcoholic beverage. And so she started friending lots of different people, including Juliette Binoche, an actress, various different journalists. And the Instagram account grew and grew and grew in following. It has 7,000 followers since the beginning of August.
Okay.
And journalists started twigging something. They were like, in every single photo, she's drinking alcohol. It was actually a campaign by an association called Addict Ed, or Helping Addicts, to warn against the glamorization of maybe what could be an alcohol problem. So everyone would be liking photos like this on Instagram. But actually, I suppose what they're trying to promote is an awareness of the fact that people in these sort of social images are promoting
Does this show that
drinking
we're all
too much.
alcoholic sheep
Oh, God.
who are
Following the
led
Instagram
by
crowd.
glamour? Is that it?
Maybe partying
Okay.
a bit too much. I don't know. Anyway, it's using the codes of young people, social media, to get a message out there.
I have to stop you, James. Thank you very much indeed. Great to see you. James with the Media Watch, Kate with the Business. Thank you both. And thanks to you for watching us as well. Do stay with us. More to come.